I'm a big fan of Nicholas Diorio. What can I say? You do your research. There it is. I know. I know. I said I had one. That's my Ela impression. Oh no. That was the famous Ela impression. That was, yeah. It kills at parties.
Man, oh man, if you were to tell me that Anisa Jomha was going to have a multiple day mental breakdown on Twitter, I would believe you. I wouldn't be that surprised. At this point of the Jomha saga, I don't know how many videos I've done on these people. Like, don't get it twisted. This is pretty funny, and it's so funny to see someone lose their mind on Twitter and no one caring. Clearly unhinged, they're clearly insane, and there's a lot to get into. If you end up enjoying this video, subscribe to the channel for more Jomha madness and everything madness. Get right into this before I get my headache. So I saw this and I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I mean, you're cringe and low-key kind of pathetic and embarrassing, but you know, it's Anisa, it's standard Anisa, not video worthy. I'll give it a pass, right? But no, she continues just a few days later with this. Clippers doing God's work after today's stream. Thank you. So this is in reference to the fact that everyone has been profiting off these two idiots, except, well, the two idiots. This is when it really gets good. But then AB, the guy from the H3 podcast, has said something negative about Hassan and the whole situation with him wishing PTSD on the veteran. Regardless of how you feel about Hassan, how the fuck does everyone ignore the Islamophobia he's responding to? Everyone is up in arms about the veterans but completely ignore the chatter talking about Islam. It seems like a pretty decent take. You could say, sure, the veteran was out of pocket, and you can also be like, Hassan is a piece of shit and he should have known better. But guess who came to the rescue within 1 hour? Nah, dude, you're not that guy. Sit with your yap, shut and nod along with the imperialist machine while the leopards eat your face. You choose the bag over your self-respect. Now, this is extremely ironic from Anisa. I think she's the last person that should be speaking out on stuff like this.
From an electronics place, and it's the full-blown Quran. Some of you guys didn't bat an eye when I broke that Jesus VHS over my knee, but I know there's gonna be a lot of people in the audience just cringing.
And the meltdown continues. Way too much faith in this guy, way too long. 30-plus-year-old and sitting there making the choices he did. I'm not going to clap when he finally says something half decent on the timeline when he's away from his handler. You guys are really gonna love this one. Somebody responded with, your husband ripped the Quran in half. You left Islam. Shut the fuck up, you performative grifter. I do 1000% agree that Anisa Jomha is a grifter. And that very same day, she decided to, this is so cringe and pathetic. She decided, well, I'll just read. Anisa and Idubbbz are the definition of performative grifters. What more evidence do you need? For obvious reasons, I will not be slowly switching my OF content to Fansly, but I don't want it to be a shock to pre-existing fans who have been paying for multiple months save as subs. If you are a new sub, please sub to Fansly. Thank you. So the reason why she's doing this is because the creator of OF donated a lot of money, like millions of dollars, to Israel. This isn't new. We've known about this for multiple years now. As a matter of fact, I remember that I talked about this a few months ago, if not a few years ago. It's like, how are you, I'm talking about Anisa and others, how are you guys going to be boycotting stuff, yet you keep giving them money and you keep giving that platform money that sends money to the party that you guys hate? People like Anisa love to pick and choose what they could be mad at. And I have no idea why it took Anisa a year or two to finally know, even though people have been telling her that, yeah, the CEO of OF has been giving money to Israel for multiple years now. So the timing of this is very interesting. It's like, why didn't you do this sooner? I love this response. Will you and Denims and your OF friends stop supporting OF? They seem kind of Zionist coded. People send you this info for a year and you ignored it / deleted it. If this is for Palestine, close your accounts now. You're such a fucking moron. Everyone has been calling you out for this for months, but now you finally take a stance, idiot. This comment is brutal. When you were younger, is this how you thought your life would be? Holy. So once again, this is peak performative grifting. Anisa's always free Palestine. fuck Israel, and you do nothing about it with your wallet. You continue to support these platforms that you are so against. Why didn't you boycott OF sooner? Because it wasn't trendy. I guarantee you, if it was a massive trend to boycott OF, she would have done it. When you think about it, Anisa has been funding Israel for about 3 to 5 years by now. And just a few hours ago, the meltdown continued. Why do people keep questioning my cultural background? Do you think my parents named me Anisa Jomha, more commonly spelled Jomha in English for fun? Look up what Jomha means before you comment on me attacking a Muslim man. I should hit pro with a shoe for his behavior. Holy shit. You cannot be this fucking sad and pathetic. This is a DM after Anisa took one of those 23andMe tests. I'm 25% Italian and only 8% Arab. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just want to hop on the trend. This is a reference to AB. You're literally telling a Muslim man to shut the fuck up about Islamophobia. What the fuck? Yeah, I found that part really interesting where Anisa Jomha, the 8% Arab chick, is telling a Muslim guy, in this situation AB, to shut the fuck up. What? Your morals and where you stand are all over the place. Why are you telling a Muslim man he can't call out Islamophobia? I guess Anisa is the queen of Muslims now. I guess she knows everything about him. You legit disregarded an Iranian's experience in Iran. Stop playing the victim and weaponizing Islam. You're just an ignorant whore. LOL. Yeah, never forget the Certified Hood classic, Why I Left Islam.
Telling my dad that I'm not Muslim was probably the hardest thing that I've ever done in my whole entire life. At 16 years old, I sat my dad down and I had a talk with him, basically telling him that I no longer wanted to be a part of Islam. I didn't want to be Muslim anymore, and I just wanted to be agnostic or spiritual. I don't really know what the word is, and he did not take it fantastic.
But I know there's going to be a lot of people in the audience just cringing.
Now, I understand why he wouldn't take it fantastic.
Cringing.
But I guess she's back because it's trendy again. These people are nothing but trend hoppers. These people are nothing but performative. These people are nothing but grifters. They don't believe in anything. They just do and say whatever the trendy thing to do is to say and do. If you were to ask me right now, if you could only save one person and you have to choose between Osama bin Laden, Anisa Jomha, or Adolf Hitler, I either gotta go with Adolf Hitler or Osama bin Laden. I gotta keep it real with y'all. I think those people have done less damage than Anisa Jomha has done with her microphone. So over the last few months, Anisa Jomha has made fun and bullied the Persian guy, describing his experience in Iran. Also told a Muslim man, in this situation AB, to shut the fuck up, and he shouldn't be speaking for his people. Okay, fair enough. She has mocked Ela Klein's accent. I don't really feel a lot of empathy with that one. In what world is Anisa Jomha a good person? In what world is she a decent human being? And it's so funny to see this person lose their mind on Twitter while everyone else is profiting off this. Must suck to suck.
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy. And I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy, but I have.
I'm a big fan of Nicholas Diorio. What can I say? You do your research.